Let the Eurovision Song Contest begin!
Welcome to the new look. It's still new look. Is it still new look? Welcome to the Eurovision Forever incarnation of the Douze Points podcast.
It's the same old lovable us.
It's literally
the same old lovable
we just
us.
talk about slightly different stuff.
Yeah.
In fact, this week it's totally not going to be anything different because we do have to open with a little bit of news. Oh, by the way, Jack, Liz, sup. So it was announced today. Whenever you're listening, it was probably yesterday, 3 weeks ago, 14 years ago. Welcome to 2032. It's a great time to be here.
What if aliens in space are listening to this message 5,000 years in the future?
Oh.
Yeah.
It's not going to be much use. We should place bets on that Loreen woman to win. What is an ABBA? No, but the actual news today is that Montaigne has been internally selected to represent Australia next year, because she will be missing out this year. I don't know if you've heard, but Eurovision 2020 got cancelled. So.
Oh, no, but I'm not giving up on Eurovision 2020 just yet. We started our petition.
We did.
Putting up on link on Instagram, and it's up on Facebook. The
check
hashtag,
the bio. Yeah, check the bio.
Check the bio. Hashtag Save Eurovision 2020. We still think it should go ahead. I think everyone who's worked so hard on their songs, they still deserve a shot. So so then if Montaigne gets to be represented, then we
don't have to put up with her next year. Is that what you're going to say?
I was trying to find a delicate way
to say neither one of us wanted Montaigne to be our representative, let alone for 2 whole years.
Yeah. The implication obviously is because she's been internally selected, we don't get to have our Australia Decides competition next year where we get to pick an entry, and that bums me out.
Someone said that, it could be the deal like Finland had a few years ago where they pick the artist and then they just have a national final where she performs 5 different songs and we just vote for our favorite song.
Yep.
But then SBS did make an announcement that was like, oh, we're going to miss our national final as well. And it's like, oh, okay, you're just pulling a Dami Im.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah. So, which is unfortunate because speaking of Dami Im, I wanted her to be our entrant next year.
Yeah.
And even you were saying earlier, Dami Im's least favorite. You're probably Dami Im's least favorite person.
I think it's mutual. I think it's mutual. Yeah. She knows what happened.
Even you
said
that you would prefer to see Dami represent us than Montaigne.
Well, I just think it's not right to just take the choice away from us as Australia. And the whole thing is yes, she was picked for this year, but I know it won't be the same song. It'll be a different song, but it's, the world's going to change. It's a different thing. Where we're going might be completely different. The place that we're in as a country, as a people, as a world might be so far away from Montaigne.
Exactly. Well, I mean, we're not going to get another public vote until 2022. So almost 2 years from now.
You know what? This is how the revolution starts.
Yeah, exactly.
They can take away our freedoms. They can take away us drinking at the pub, but they will never take away our right to pick an act at Eurovision.
You are so hard to make the mic not explode every time you.
That's what he said.
That's what she said. So today we are. Was there anything else you want? You brought up the petition already. Just double down on that. So explain it again.
Uncancel Eurovision 2020. We started a petition on change.org, just calling on the EBU to open up to our suggestion, not cancel Eurovision 2020, not just have a showcase, but actually have the contest. We've got the footage of most countries. We have footage of them doing a live performance of their song. Those that don't, we have the film clips or either or option. Just show them all. Let us vote from home. Let us just have our Eurovision Contest. Let us have 3 days drunk in May. Give us that hope, EBU. Give us Eurovision 2020.
Yes, we are doing our part to get it back up and rolling. Eurovision, the EBU and the Dutch broadcaster have announced Eurovision Shine Your Light, which is going to be some kind of video conferencing concert. I don't know.
Shine Your Light. It's a bit creepy. It's a bit CSI. We're going into a hotel room with a black light.
I think it's meant to be based on Love Shine a Light from the UK. But nevertheless, that's not what we're here to talk about. This week is Eurovision Forever Andorra.
Woo woo!
Now, it is March. It's just gone April in Australia. So it's still fairly warm. So we're very thankful, locked in this tiny room, that there's only been, 7 entries from Andorra. But
we have a lot to say about
But we do have a lot to say. We always have a lot to say.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do is, this is for people who haven't listened before. In the wake of the cancellation of Eurovision, we decided to go back, take a look at the countries one by one, and go through their history and find our favourite songs, put them out there, see what you guys think as well.
Woo!
We have started with Albania and Andorra. They're going alphabetically right now. They probably will continue to go alphabetically. We're not...
That's because you're OCD.
Yeah, we're not quite sure how many episodes we're going to have to do on countries like Sweden and the UK and Germany. So do tune in for the 8 months that it takes us to do Melody Festival and all the way through.
You know what? I reckon we'll be able to do the UK, actually. Just give me 5 minutes. I'll be like, everything from 1980, 0 points. Everything in 1990, 0 points. 2000s, -10.
Yeah, Gemini, Crybaby. Oh, God, does it get worse. But that's not the country we're focusing on this week. Andorra.
Woo!
Now,
Andorra.
Andorra. That works really well. So Andorra is an interesting country because they debuted, I think it's the same year that Albania debuted. I can flip back the page in my book and find out. Yes, they both debuted in 2004.
Woo!
The interesting thing is, though, Andorra never qualified for a final. Now, going through this list, that's either going to shock you or not surprise you at all.
Now, because they've competed 6 times.
They have.
And they've never, ever
qualified.
Oh.
Not once.
Oh.
However, they've also stopped going, which after a while of not qualifying, come on, even San Marino keeps going. They barely ever qualify.
I know. Well, it was December 2009. They announced they would not participate anymore due to a lack of funding.
Yeah,
that breaks my heart. That, you know what?
Should we get a GoFundMe going for Andorra?
2021. Let's do a GoFundMe. That's it. We should write. That's it. We're going to write to Andorra. We're going to write to the government.
Yeah.
And we're going to say, how much can it cost? How much can it cost?
$20. What's a bus fare to the Netherlands?
Well, no, come on, I'd say what? There's 6 people on stage. So let's say 6 people. We put them up in a hotel. We get them a bus ride there. In a hotel for a week.
It's cheaper if we just rent out a full room in a hostel. Honestly, they're not picky.
Eurovision, treat them.
Oh, right.
We'll get them a Comfort Inn or something. I'm not saying we go 5 stars.
We're not going to Marriott.
Maybe 3.
Well, that's
maybe 3.
That's a conversation for after this episode. But we've got to go through where they started, what they did, and why they left before we can get them back into the contest.
Come on. Because I can never have enough Eurovision.
No, me either.
If we all chip in a few bucks, we can get Andorra back into Eurovision. Woo!
Yeah. If we have to remove a country in order to do it,
just add one on.
No, Liz, we've got an opportunity to kick the UK out. Think about it. Just think it over. Just put it out there. No, we love the UK. I love the UK.
Well.
You not so much. So Andorra began their journey at Eurovision in the beautiful year of 2004. Now, you may remember this song. It's by Marta. We're never going to get to a country I can pronounce well until we get to the UK or Ireland. That'll be the first one I can do. Marta Rura with the song Jugarem y Estimarnos. Now, I tried to do
they sung in Spanish?
It's Catalan.
I know, but your pronunciation.
Oh, yes. They sung in Japanese. So this song, I tried to get a normal translation. The actual translation that they gave me was, "We'll be playing at loving each other." which I kind of think is meant to mean we'll pretend to be in love. You know, we'll be playing at loving, we'll be pretending. I'm not quite sure.
Oh, it's got that's sort of a sleazy Tinder hookup.
Hey, baby, you want to play at loving each other? I speak Catalan with a Japanese accent. So this song, now it came 18th in the semi-final. This one...
Out of how many countries did it come 18th?
I'm almost certain it was like 19 or 20 countries in the semi-final.
I am shocked that it beat somebody.
All right, before we get to judgment, it was the first ever entry song in Catalan at Eurovision, which you may remember is the language of the soon-to-be free state of Catalonia. Or everyone in Spain just turned off their playlists. But I don't know. So this song is it's an upbeat number. If you haven't seen it, look it up on YouTube. I can say it again. Jugarem y estima-nos. What do you think?
Well, I mean,
let's walk through the performance.
I agree with you. Like, it is a happy sounding song.
Yeah.
But look, let's be honest. When I look at this performer and everything about the performance, the outfits, the crazy poofed sort of into the hair.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
All
I can think is Marta likes a bit of day drinking.
Well, exactly. So before we get to anything else, the fashion, right? This is one of the three categories we've decided for now to rank songs on. Fashion, performance, and song.
Yeah.
Not necessarily in that order, but for this song, in that order. The man in the leather fedora. Oh my god, her backup dancer. Were you so distracted by Marta you didn't even notice the fedora?
I did not even notice the fedora. I was too busy, like, looking at her. Because you know what it looked like? It looks like not only, like, she obviously likes day drinking. It looks like she had clearly been out on, like, a 3-day bender, had been out all night, had ended up rolling down in a ditch, passing out. They've spent the whole day in the afternoon, like, looking for her, like, oh my God. They've literally pulled her out of the ditch, bits of, like, grass and shit
just
hanging out of her
the
hair.
Stage.
And they've just, like, roll her on, and she's just like, yeah,
so
come
the thing
on.
is, you could have just shown me a still of Marta in that spaghetti string sheer boob top, and I would have gone to Baby Doll. That's what it was, 2004. I would have got it from a mile away. The song itself, I think it's a bit dated. It's not a bad song. The studio version, which shuffled on for me after I watched it, less terrible than the live performance.
The live performance, the vocals were terrible.
Honest, that's because of the 3-day bender. Yeah. What do you think about the performance itself?
Awful.
Choreo, at least, look, she may have had a big weekend, but she showed up and remembered the moves.
She's had a big 20 years, to be honest.
Oh, Marta, it's not yet. So what I've done is I've given the song a 4. I didn't hate it. I didn't love it. I've given the performance... a 6 because she managed to get all of the pieces there. But I'm giving the fashion a 1.
Oh.
All of those are out of 10, by the way. So that's a 4 out of 10, a 6 out of 10, and 1 out of 10 for a total of 11 out of 30 for Marta.
I was not so kind.
All right, what did you...
I gave the song 1.
Yep.
I gave the performance 0.
Oh.
And I gave the fashion 0.
So you gave it a 1 out of 30.
I gave it a 1 out of 30.
Wow.
It was... so just bad.
All right, well maybe
no, even like high schools, they put on those
the Rocker
Stedford sort of things. Even then, you'd just be like, oh, we need to speak to her counselor. Like, she needs to speak to somebody. This is
Marta, how are things going at home? I think we need to have a chat. Everything good? Yeah. You need to.
Not good.
Do you need to go stay with like your aunt somewhere in another state? All right. Well, let's see if we can lift your spirit about Andorra Eurovision.
Who won 2004?
You asked me this last week as well. It was Ruslana with Wild Dances.
Yes.
Now this actually takes me into 2005.
Oh my God! If you're going to say exactly what I'm going to say, and I bet you are, but you say it.
So in 2005, Andorra sent Marion van der Waal. By the way, I can say that one. With the song La Mirada Interior, which means I think it's look inside yourself. I'm not sure.
I did that when I was younger, like with a mirror in the bathroom. They tell you to
Just
do that.
Look, if you take health advice from Marion,
It's horrifying.
It's better than taking it from bloody, like, I can't think of
Marta
someone.
drunk in a
Yeah.
ditch.
Trying to think of something terrible that you could, a Eurovision song that tells you to look in the wrong place. Doesn't matter. You don't want to know. So, Marion's song, La Mirada Interior, what I got from it,
Yes.
ethnopop, right? I feel like this is a Turkish entry from the other end of the continent that has no business doing a Greek, Turkish, Bulgarian ethnopop number.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? This is one of those like Helena Paparizou, Greece.
Isn't she Swedish or Norwegian? Or
Is she?
something? Yeah,
I
she's
didn't-
from one of the other parts of Europe, somewhere like
Scandinavian.
yeah. She's from there.
That would explain why I can pronounce her name.
Yes, and like just so blonde,
Yes,
blonde.
so blonde.
Yeah. It's well, no, and do you know what the other thing that the first thing that blew me away about this song is because obviously there's 6. We'll put all 6 of them up on Facebook. So
Yeah.
you can go and check these out.
It's not going to take us long to do it. There's not
No.
many songs.
No, if you listen to the actual beginning of this song, it's almost beat for beat Ruslana's beginning to wild dances.
Exactly
with
what
the-
I thought. Dun, 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 dun. Right? This is what I thought. I went 2004 Ruslana won, which takes me straight in 2005.
Yeah.
Which is like, all these countries tried to send Fuego the year after Fuego
Yeah.
in 2018.
Yeah.
This is what Andorra's done with Marion.
Yeah, it's like the first 10 seconds is literally the beginning.
Of
Which
a
sounds remarkably
Turkish,
for copyright.
Ukrainian-
Don't
yeah.
sue us.
It's just one note down on the keyboard. Do, 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 do. Yeah.
I mean, they've even got the shirtless, oiled men.
So we're on the exact same page with
Yeah.
this song.
Yeah.
So it's this ethno-pop ballad. If you haven't heard it, really do picture Ruslana, but if Ruslana's songwriter's got a massive pay cut. You know what I mean? It's don't use Ruslana as a measuring stick because
Yes.
it's not the right thing to
But
do.
then instead of having a lot more sort of oiled, virile, sort of Viking sort of dances, they went with, sort of Grecian,
Yes.
kind of
vibe. So this is what I said. So we'll go to
marriage.
for fashion, as you've just been talking about. I said, look, the fashion fits the song, but it's
they're
also
popping the feathery
yeah.
fans.
I said it's very ancient Greek. It's kind of togery, and while the song, as a song, I'll get to.
Yeah.
It's nothing to write home about, something to remember. But
Did you see?
for the song, it is a good stylistic choice.
Yeah, see, and did you notice that they were like, ooh, what can we do? We're gonna, obviously, they're like, we're gonna try and, appeal to every market. We'll appeal to the Scandinavians by getting a Scandinavian-esque woman to sing, and we get the rest of the world with the. They have the one bit where she and one of her backup dancers sort of look at each other and come in a little bit, going for the lesbian overtones. And I know that they've done it deliberately because as they do it with sort of a come in of oh, maybe we'll kiss, maybe we'll have a little lady kiss on the mwah. Because as they come in and, they get almost the backup singer looks at the camera when the camera is pointed at them and has a naughty look and gives it a little bit of a wink. And I'm just oh my
That was appealing
God.
to the Russian market or the Greek. Very big in Lesbos, the Isle of
The
Lesbos.
teenage boy market.
Yeah, exactly.
She's not a very good dancer.
Because the straight teenage boy market at Eurovision is staggeringly huge. Oh God, you can't. This is what I actually. Just on a side note, I don't want to take too far away, but have you noticed music that will only be listened to by teenage girls and gay men?
Yeah.
The music video is always women grinding around in their underwear. Who is that appealing to? Straight women or gay men? No one wants to see Ariana Grande. The men that those videos are targeted at, they're not paying attention to this music.
It's back in the it was the 80s for Doctor Who, when Tom Baker, it's a science fiction UK
Everyone
show.
knows what Doctor Who is.
Well, the aliens that we're broadcasting to. And in the 80s, they had some of the highest ratings that they ever had when they introduced one of his companion's sidekicks was Layla.
Yes.
okay, who was this like warrior tribal woman. She was like the original Xena warrior woman who was very scantily clad in like her warrior outfit. So obviously it was a show that was, you know, supposed to be aimed at like kids and teens. The viewing went up because suddenly all the dads
started,
were like, oh, well, I take an interest in my child's
can't miss
interest.
this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
For the children.
Take note, any country at Eurovision, apparently it does work. Not for Andorra, though, because they, again, didn't qualify. So, okay, to get back to the rankings, I've given it a 7 out of 10 for fashion because I think they've matched it up really well.
I gave it a 7 out of 10 for fashion
That's-
for just
But
that.
that's the highest mark it got. I like the performance as well. I actually didn't hate this. I probably should clarify this. I didn't hate this performance at all.
Actually,
It was-
I listen. I've got the CD of this, and
Yeah.
when this song comes on, it's actually like it's good. Like it's you know,
We're
it's
giving it hell. This is one of my favorite songs that Andorra actually ended up singing.
Yeah.
So I gave it a 6 for the performance.
Oh my god,
because
so did I.
I love the two dances and the no shirt and the oiled upness. And the song itself, I actually got stuck in my head for a while there.
Yeah.
So I've given it a 6 as well.
Oh my god, we've given it exactly the same score.
We've given it 6, 6, and a 7 for fashion.
Yes.
That's a total of 19
elbow
out of
bump.
30. Elbow
Yeah.
bump, COVID bump. All right, I like that.
Yeah, we are definitely on.
We're vibing with Andorra, aren't
Yeah.
we? All right. So the next entry, the very next year, 2006, was Jenny with Census 2.
Oh no, sorry, it's Senza two.
Senza 2. I like this song as well. All right, before we get, there's this bit at the start of the song where it kind of goes, and I was like, is this Survivor by Destiny's Child? Yeah. So, how do you feel about this song?
Oh, you know what? I feel like we can't even talk about the song
Yeah.
because we need to talk about the giant pink elephant in its panties in the room. Pretty much it is Jenny and 5 women in their underpants.
I've literally written Victoria's Secret's Angels on discount.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're just in their underpants. It's like all of their actual outfits were lost in like luggage. They were sabotaged at the last minute and they were like, oh, we're going to have to forfeit.
They
just
flew like
rush on.
Tiger Air or something and they just never made. And it's like so. Do you remember when I was saying that Jenny looks so. Marta from 2004 looks so 2004.
Yeah.
This is the most 2006 underwear.
Yeah.
With that kind of like negligee top kind of thing and just the panties. I was like, oh.
Yeah. Yeah. It's because all the cup dancers are in like, you know, like the full, you know, stripper, it's your birthday, I'm getting
Like
myself
in my
into
teddy
this
kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, outfit. But whoever was doing it, Jenny herself, you know, is a larger lady.
Yeah.
Like not even that large, but you know, compared to the poor woman women who haven't been fed a sandwich in 20 years behind them, you know. And obviously, you know, someone like at Andorra was like, whoa, we can't have...
Jenny can't wear that too.
Oh my God, she's a size 14 in panties. Like, the world will explode.
Yeah.
So they've pretty much just made her wear, like
a nightie.
Yeah.
It's literally
Oh
a
my God.
nightie with a jacket, like with like a cloak over the top.
Yeah.
That's literally what I've written.
Yeah.
I've said... Jenny strolling around in her nightgown, surrounded by discount Victoria's Secret angels, kind of uncomfortable looking
Yeah.
on
yeah,
chairs. And the
do you know
chairs
what-
I don't understand.
Do you know what it is? We know what it is. The backup dancers, okay, they are 1 month into the relationship, okay? That nano nightie is 20 years
in.
where you hate each other and you couldn't give a shit and you hope that they get run over by a bus.
Yeah, exactly. She's at comfort level.
Yeah, she's at
Jenny's
comfort.
happy.
Yeah.
What did you think about the song?
The song itself, I actually love the song.
So
I love the song.
This is the song itself that I rank like out of 10.
Senza
Sensatu. This is the song that I ranked highest of all the Andorran entries as a song.
You know what? I will actually if we can go back to the performance. Okay,
Yeah.
so obviously it's Jenny, and then there's, you know, all of the ladies in their underpants, and then I don't know if you noticed
The backup
there's
singer.
just one poor woman standing like a blob in black. Like, I don't think they've even got a light on her.
Yeah.
She's just sort of standing standing almost off stage in the shadows.
Yeah, I absolutely noticed. I was like, oh, look, they're all wearing... Oh, who is that woman creeping onto the stage? Fashion-wise, I have written came straight from bed.
Yes,
I'm not
I think that's
digging it. I think this is a great song that was very poorly let down by the performance.
Yeah.
Here's something you may not have noticed about this song.
Yeah.
It came dead last in its semi-final.
You know why? I think I
Why?
have a theory why.
Lay it on me, baby.
Is because when you are sitting there, okay, because they were obviously appealing, to the gentleman, for the gentleman vote, and the lesbian vote. When you're sitting there with your significant other, you know what it is? It's they're looking at you like,
You gonna vote for that?
Do you find that attractive?
Is that what you're into?
Do you find that attractive? Are they more attractive than me? You can't say, you can't vote for that.
Is that why Lordy won that year? Oh, God, I can't vote for Andorra. Lordy.
Yeah.
What's not going to piss off my wife? Lordy.
Yeah. You can't vote for Jenny. You will be sleeping on the couch for the next 6 months if you vote for Jenny.
Exactly. So what did you give this song in the three categories? Before we get to that.
Can I just say, the interesting thing, apparently the meaning of this song is without you.
Yes.
And so when I look at this song, all I can think is, it's a love song to clothes.
Yeah.
Without you. Just,
I'll come last.
You know what this song is? This song is me at home now, working from home in quarantine. I'm just like the only reason I put pants on is to like come and record you. The rest of the time, I do not take my pajamas off.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I've given up quarantine hair. I don't care. Cats
Yeah.
don't care. They're getting extra snacks.
Yeah, they're happy.
Yeah.
My dog is happy. My cat is confused.
Yeah, but
doesn't know
I am
what's
I am like a disgusting blob that no other human being should have to see. Unfortunately, that's how I describe this just performance of no one should have seen it.
Yeah, it really didn't have enough thought to go with it. So what have you given in the three categories?
Well, okay, for the actual song itself, because I love this song. This song's actually on my rotation, the song. I actually love the song. I give the song an 8.
Ah, yes.
Because I love the song. The performance, I'm giving it 2.
Yep.
Fashion, 0.
Wow, that's harsh. So what is that? An 8 plus a 2 plus a 0. That's 10.
Yeah.
Wow, for your favourite song.
I know. That's
very low.
where it was sort of, when you take in everything, that's where it's like, who was it last week? So I'm saying like, the song I give an 8, but because, that's from last week. 8 song because of the performance went down to a 5.
Yeah, exactly.
If this song had any
performance.
Just
If this was Jenny like panic throwing up into like a bucket from stage fright, it would be so much better.
It'd be so much better. You know what? If it was literally just the backup dancers and they were behind a box and all you could see was their hands and they had sock puppets and the sock puppets were singing along.
Yeah.
Better
that would
stage
be
performance.
And something I would expect from Moldova. So I've done the same as you. I've given the song an 8. I really love this song.
Yeah, excellent song.
It is my favourite song from Andorra as a song.
Yeah.
I've given the performance, I've been a bit more generous than you. I've given it a 4 because at least no one fell off the stage. Yeah. And I've given the fashion a 3.
Oh.
Because I really think Jenny's negligee, like gown, I feel it, girl. I feel that vibe. That's what I want to wear all day, every day.
It just it looks comfortable.
Yeah, so I've given it a 15. So that's a 25 from both of us.
You know what? It's the
out of
only
60.
thing that's missing from her like outfit is just like pink fluffy slippers.
Oh my god, that would make it. That would have won the semi-final. Oh god,
something we could have all related to. But yeah, I am just it's just all about the performance in this. Just
exactly.
Worst staging
It's
ever.
cut it at the knees.
Yeah.
If you do want to hear the song, listen to the song listen to the studio version. There's one account on YouTube that just uploads all of the studio versions. DJ something. So ESC DJ.
When we get to the end for the comment of the week, I'm gonna surprise you all now. We're actually coming back to this film clip for comments of the week.
I thought we might be.
Including, and you're gonna really enjoy this, one of the people who've made a comment. You know, we talked about misheard lyrics.
Yes.
The person who has put the comments, I won't tell you now. I'll leave it till later. How they actually misheard these lyrics.
I'm looking forward to it.
It is going to blow your mind.
Alexander is the current reigning champion on the doctor's
His
orders.
orders, please say na na
Yourself,
na.
you actually, Krista Seyfried's 2013 Marry Me. Fuck you, fuck
Fuck
you,
you,
fuck
fuck
you,
you,
fuck
fuck
you,
you.
fuck you, marry me. Okay, so we've got to move on to 2007. This was the band Anonymous with Salvem el Monde, which means let's save the world.
Oh, good on him.
Good message.
Good
I
on
like
him.
it. Yeah.
I like him.
So, my first thought on this was somebody like Green Day in the 90s. This, do you know the song Basket Case? Do you have the time to listen to me whine by Green Day?
Oh, yeah.
This song immediately made me think of that
Oh
one.
my god! You know what song this made me think of?
Yeah.
I'm just a teenage dirtbag baby.
Oh god. So yes, we're kind of in the same
Yeah,
era with
yeah.
this one. It is officially called. It's allegedly the first pop punk song in Eurovision history. Pretty sure it might have been the last as well. So,
No.
for those of you who don't remember, Anonymous was like a 5-piece boy band. It was the only time Andorra didn't send a woman singing a pop song on her own.
Yeah.
It was interesting.
I've listened to. You can't help but like it.
Yeah.
That's my reaction. And you know what? Out of the stuff so far, they obviously went, oh look, we've tried everything else, nothing.
What
has
is the
worked.
complete opposite
It's
of what we've
gone,
said?
like, horribly wrong. And they were out of desperation. Obviously, I don't know, somebody's like teenage son had a
Yeah.
garage band.
Was like
and they went,
practicing guitar on the couch.
Yeah,
It was
and
like,
they
you will do.
you are not bad. And you know what? I hate to say it. They actually give like the most polished performance.
It's very energetic as well.
yeah,
I
and
really
they did
like this.
Such a good job. Those like teenage boys slayed it.
They shouldn't be afraid to send more stuff like this.
Yeah.
However,
Well, actually,
this
out
is
of-
the closest song that they ever came to qualifying.
yes, they
with this
came
one.
12th.
Yes.
So close.
2 songs away from
Compared
qualifying.
to 23 for Jenny.
Oh, poor Jenny. Jenny, we love you. So, all right. Now, give me
Hmm.
your thoughts on this one.
I actually really like this one. And like you said, it's got like a really positive message and they're just so hopeful and full of life. And you're
Yeah.
just like, yeah. And I think they slayed it. It was a good performance,
Yep. Agreed.
for the style of what they were doing. They didn't try to do anything.
They didn't try to be anything except what they were.
Exactly.
They didn't try to revolutionize pop music.
Exactly. And for like some teenage kids, we're going to find out in that, European like manner, they're probly like 58.
42, yeah.
Yeah.
They're doing that to pay off their kids' college funds.
Yeah,
and-
but their just skin looks so gorgeous.
Yeah.
I actually, the song, I'm actually giving an 8.
Wow, generous.
The performance, I'm giving a 7.
Yep.
And for fashion, I'm actually giving it a 7. Now,
That's some high marks.
it's not necessarily that, like this is not like, I'm not saying this is like Verka Seducha level of awesome fashion.
Yeah.
In that sort of craziness, but just for it's just so appropriate for what they're doing and everything, and they didn't let it, they could have done it in feathers and then it would have been about the feathers and not the
Exactly.
song. They had a message, they had a style.
They've kept
they
it simple,
stuck to
right?
it. Exactly.
They stuck to their guns.
Yeah, and they put their good shirts on. So
Yeah, I've been a they put their only shirts on, don't lie. I've been a little harsher on this. What I
Yeah.
thought was, look, this song proved to me you can really date the Andorran entries. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? They are all very symbolic of their time.
Yeah.
2004, 2006, 2007. I have written High School Jack would have loved this song. This
Yeah.
would have been my anthem.
Yeah.
And when you look back in context, it's a good song. I've given it
Yeah.
a 6 out of
Okay.
10. For the performance, I was like, it's pretty standard. They didn't, well, like you said, they didn't try to reinvent the wheel with
Yeah.
this one. I've given it a 4. Didn't really grab me very much.
Yeah.
And fashion, I said it looked like Avril Lavigne's closet's been raided. So I've given them a 3. Now, yours was an 8, a 7, and a 7. Is that correct? For a
was, yeah.
22. I only ended up giving them a 13.
Ooh.
So that is
No,
a solid 35.
Yeah, I adore Andorra.
Yeah, you adore
this
this
one.
Andorra. I like
Yeah,
that.
I think this was a good step up for them.
Yeah, they've done well. They've
Yeah.
done well. 2008 was Gisela with the song Casanova.
Oh,
Casanova. Now, this will not surprise you. This is my favorite entry on this list
I'm not surprised
by a
by this
country
as well.
mile. before this, you and I watched one of those little clip videos that walks you through all of their entries.
Yeah.
And you said, don't say anything. I was biting my tongue so fucking hard not to sing along to Casanova.
It is a catchy song.
It's very, like, I often put it in these terms, but it's one of those late 90s Melody Festival and entries that you expect not to qualify.
Yeah.
She looks like Christina Aguilera in the Lady Marmalade video, which I'm absolutely loving. This song got stuck in my head, so I've absolutely loved this one. Performance-wise, I think it was like, what is a Eurovision performance meant to be? Let's deliver it. Do you know what I mean? What is stock standard?
I was a bit let down by the performance.
Really?
Yeah. I think it was more her backup dancers at times.
I can understand that,
They found them a bit sort of floppy about. They weren't quite sure what to get them to do.
Yeah.
While Giselle was just like killing it, being like the Eurovision Cher.
Absolutely.
I love her outfit so much. It is like Wonder Woman meets Ming the Merciless.
How insane with the headpiece as well. I love that her hair must have taken so long to get both that crimped and that expensive.
They learnt from like 2004.
Oh.
She was up all night doing her hair. She didn't just roll out
Do
of
you know
a
that
ditch.
meme that's like, who are you? I'm you, but stronger. This is Gisela looking back at Marta, telling her she's better. Yeah. So I honestly, I find it hard to fault this. It's not.
It's a happy song.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's, it's one of those songs that breaks up, the Dutch sending some ballad you don't want to hear, and bloody Greece sending Montenegro sending some man yelling into a microphone.
I love those random men.
I know, but
yelling
it's
into
like
microphone.
the palate cleanser you need. Do you know what I mean?
I find with this, it's like the costume, the song, the moves. I found none of it was really sort of in common with each other. To me, it was all very sort of disconnected. Just the song that I'm like, why are you dancing that way to this song? Like, it doesn't make sense. I found like it's boppy, and I kind of almost don't care, but it's just, I don't know, for me it's not quite right. It's not connected.
I thought the song and the costumes went really well together. I kind of got so caught up in the costumes and the song that I didn't notice the performance. I don't know if that helped it for me in some way.
Oh, it did. Yeah, trust me. If you were paying attention.
Now, lay it on me. What have you given this one?
All right. I give the song a 5.
Yep.
I give the performance a 5.
Yep.
Just the backup dancers just flopping about like dying fish. The fashion, however, I'm giving it a 7.
Nice.
Those 7 points are all for her. It would have been an 8, but I'm taking some points off for the backup dancers because it doesn't make sense to me.
All right.
What about you? Are you just 30?
It's not a straight 30. I can only I'm trying my hardest. So just in this series, I'm trying really hard to moderate myself at the start, because then if I'm giving out 10s arbitrarily, when we get up to like bloody Corolla and I give it a 10, but then I also gave like some, oh my god, he wore a wig, 10, it's going to undervalue Corolla.
Oh, see, I've been doing it completely different. I'm applying my scores solely in the context of this country.
Okay, good. All right, that's good. I can work with that. But because of that, I've given it a fashion. As a gay man, I have given it a solid 9 out of 10. I've given
the headwear, isn't it?
Exactly. It is all the headwear and that bloody skirt.
Do you know what it looks like to me? It looks like one of those, you just have those like fancy, where you put your bottle of wine in it and in around the neck, and then it just sort of floats out into space. Like, oh, look at me, aren't we? Like, oh, fancy.
God, maybe I should bump it up to a 10. 9, 7 for the stock standard performance, and a 7 for the song. So for a total of 23 together, we've actually given it a 39 out of 60. So that's a good result for that song.
Yeah.
Moving on to Andorra's final entry to date. They're always welcome
until we crowdfund them and get them back in the contest.
Back in the contest, that's right. What's it going to cost? $50 a person? Easy peasy.
Oh, come on, look, 6 people on stage. What, $1,000 each? You know what, $2,000
$2,000
just to be sure.
What's that?
That's what, 12
grand. We can do that. Easy peasy. So in 2009, they sent the song Get a Life by Suzanne Georgie.
Can I say, I was so disappointed because when I just saw the words "get a life," I got so excited because I was like, "Na na na da for you to get a life," and then I very quickly figured out that was not this song. That was not the good song that we enjoyed.
Get a life. I don't care for this song. Can I put that out there ahead of anything?
I actually wrote the words in capital letters and then underlined it 1,000,000,000 times. I just want this to stop.
And what you accidentally... Be careful what you wish for, because Andorra at Eurovision stopped with this song.
That's because if they were going to send more trash like this, this is so horrendous on so many levels.
Yeah.
So many levels. Oh my God. Okay, for those who can't remember it, the best way that I can describe it is it looks like they got a cheap knockoff bargain basement version of Ginger Spice from the Spice Girls.
Yes.
Okay. Like wrapped a bit of like white material around with her. It's an awkward song. It is awkward.
Yeah.
If you actually listen to the lyrics, this is horrendous.
Yeah.
It actually has the lyrics. You tell me to get a life, that's what you tell me, but I would rather die if you're not in it with me. Girlfriend. Oh my God. And then the wind machine blows up. You know what that wind machine is doing? It is blowing feminism and self-esteem for women back 200 years.
Wow, 200 years.
That shit is not legitimate. You should not be like basing your whole existence, okay, on a man being in your life. Girl, you need to get yourself some therapy. You need to get some wine. Your girlfriends need to get you down the salon, as Lizzo would said, get your hair did.
So not a fan of taking it.
Oh my God, this song offended me.
I don't have much more to add than to what you've said, actually. So I've written that it's bad, but it's like got like a charming bad. Like, you know, it's trying, but it's terrible.
No.
Belongs in 2002, if anything, not 2009. I agree with you. There is the Corolla principle. Bring a wind machine. That is the Corolla principle.
Yeah.
Song-wise, I've given it a 3. I mean, I know you've probably given it a 0. I've given it a 3. I've given her a 3 for the performance as well. Standard white girl playing a boring guitar.
Yeah. Well, faking playing a guitar.
Yeah, I know. Fashion. First rule of Eurovision, bring a white cape that blows in the wind. So I've given her a 5 just for that cape.
Oh,
now,
are so...
I'm very generous, giving her an 11 out of 30.
Yeah.
Lay it on me.
For the song, I have given her minus 1,000 points.
Minus 1,000, yep.
And performance 0, fashion 0.
So we are giving her a minus 989 out of 30. Okay.
Because, you know what, that kind of just, that message is not good for anybody. And that's a terrible message to be like, you know, passing on to people. Like, you are not going to die without somebody in your life. And you know what? If you feel that I have to have this person in my life or I'm going to die, that's not love. That's like codependency.
Yeah, that is really codependent.
Okay, that's not healthy. All right, you need to speak to somebody. Like, yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you. That's not the best way to do it. So that's a very low score we've given it. That is a very, very low score.
More than it deserves. This is why we need to, you know what? I've changed my mind. I'm not going to crowdfund Andorra. And you know what? Until we get a written contract
that says Suzanne Georgie is never going back.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's banned. So that brings us to the end of our rankings for Andorra.
Ooh.
Now, what I'm going to do is we'll put my favourite and your favourite up, as we did last week for Albania.
Yep.
My favourite this week was Gisella's Casanova. I gave her a
Casanova. Nova.
I gave her a 23 out of 30.
Yeah.
Your favourite was Salvem El Mon by Anonymous, which you've given a solid 22 out of 30.
Yeah. I was actually surprised by this because sort of going in, because once I realized that Sensatu, I was like, oh, well, clearly that's because I love that song.
But that performance really pulled it back.
But because of that performance, that's
Do you
the
think
reason
it's
why
almost
it lost.
it just dashed through the middle while Census 2 was, it got knocked back a bit. It wasn't what you expected, but it's come skirting up the side and taken out your number one position as the other one fell back almost.
No.
Do you think Census 2 would have won if it hadn't let itself down?
Yes, I think
That's what I meant.
if it had done
Like a dark horse victory almost.
Yeah. If it had pretty much any other staging than that, it would have won because
it was a narrow victory. So Gisella's Casanova is combined our pick with 39 points. In second place actually was Marianne van der Waal with La Mirada Interior. She scored
Which
a
one was
solid
that?
38 points.
What
2005.
Oh, okay, there we
Yeah,
go.
because you ranked her second highest and I ranked her second highest as well.
Okay. So yeah.
And then third overall was Anonymous. So we've got our three songs: Casanova, La Mirada Interior, and Salvam El Mon.
Ooh, we'll
Let
have
us
to put it
know
out
what
to the
you
public
think.
to vote. Yeah. Because this could. Now, speaking of the public vote.
Now, yes, interesting.
Okay, we put it out to the public. We put it out to the fan base. Let us know who you think is the Albanian winner.
Yes, this is last week's results.
Yes, so we put it out, and so I tallied up the results from Instagram and as well as Facebook.
All the social votes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And the winner is
2018
Eugene.
Mole.
Yes, Eugene Bush Pepper. He is very popular.
Yeah.
He did pretty well in our poll last week as well.
Yeah, well, he was third, and he
was second actually.
Oh, second,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, he has won the public
Audience vote. Yeah.
Yeah. So
That's interesting.
you know what? It is those random notes that he just pulls out of nowhere. Like, I can't say that I'm unhappy with that decision. I see it. I'm happy. Yeah.
He was a pretty close second actually.
Yeah.
I think he ended up in second by a single point for us.
Yeah.
So yeah, good choice.
Yeah. Good choice, listening public. So woo! I can get behind that. So now the big question is,
Who is the public's choice for Andorra?
yeah.
Will they match us? They didn't last week. They
Well,
might this week.
Who's our
So our winner is obviously Gisela with Casanova. Let us know how you feel. We'll put that up on Instagram. Comment underneath it. Tell us how you feel.
who was second?
Sorry, second was Marianne van der Waal with La Mirada Interior, and third was Anonymous with Salvam El Mon.
Woo!
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? We should do a shout out to the Andorran flag before we move on.
Yes, nice flag, Andorra.
It's actually got writing on it, which
We zoomed in. It's got 2 cows on it as well. I think they're meant to be
I like
cows.
the cows.
I like the cows.
That's
yeah.
very appealing to the vegan market.
Yes.
And what does it say?
Unless they're cows for sacrifice.
I
don't know.
No, Andorra.
All right.
They're happy cows.
Happy cows,
They
happy
lived
cows.
to
Well, they're on the flag.
be
They must be
100.
important
Exactly,
cows.
they're important cows. Virtue united is stronger,
I
apparently.
like that. As two people who are very unvirtuous, you and I would catch fire if we looked at the Albania. I'm stuck in Albania. Andorran flag.
Yeah.
So yeah.
You know how you're going to remember it?
How?
It's simple. I can easily remember what we...
Because it's Andorrable.
I adore Andorra.
Beautiful.
Okay, before we
Now,
tumble
yes,
off for the week...
It is time for your favourite segment, Comment of the
Comment
Week.
of the week.
So which Andorran video did you sit down and enjoy? Oh, you already told us, didn't you?
Well, no, I told you.
Yes.
I was, of course... 2006, Sensative. How could we not go for the comments? Oh my god, do you know what was the undeniable champion word for this performance?
Yes.
Take a guess.
Word.
Yes. What word came up the most in the comments? And I mean multiple comments. They all used actually 2 words.
Nightgown.
Brothel and madam.
Oh, wow. Oh, you know what?
Yeah.
I can see it.
Yeah.
I can instantly
Yeah.
see it.
So many
Wow,
comments.
yeah.
Basically, well,
Once you see it, you can't unsee it as well.
I know. Well, 5 years ago, Carried Sweden, who
Hi,
simply
Carried
put,
Sweden.
looks like a brothel madam with her girls.
It's like that episode of The Simpsons with Les Maisons Derrière, the burlesque club, and she's like the madam, and they're doing a dance number to save the club. Oh my god!
It was
Our only major quarrels with your total lack of morals. Skimpy costumes ain't so bad. They seem to entertain your dad. Sorry, continue.
Yeah, so those were the words that came up the most in all the comments. But I love it, even though she said it's brothel madam with her girls, but a good song.
Yeah, it is a good song that's let down by a bad performance.
Vicinia Sandoval 3 years ago has put, they thought they would make the song stand out with this awful presentation, but they actually ruined everything!
Yes, this seems to be
Multiple exclamation
a
points.
universal opinion of this song.
Yeah, it's a shame because this is a magical song.
Yeah.
That was her quote. Going on from your comment, Basil, 3 years ago, he had the same thought. Was this Victoria's Secret sponsored this entry?
But like sponsored it with like a $10 note or something.
Which
Like
is
put
just
no money
from the
into
bargain
it.
bin
Yeah.
stuff. Yanis T 5 years ago, how a stage presence can destroy a beautiful song.
Exactly.
Oh my god, my favorite bit is obviously when teenage boys discover this live performance, as did Donny Lepland 6 years ago when he reached puberty and found this song. He simply left the comment, "What the hell? This is the best! Are you kidding me? This is an amazing masterpiece!"
He knows there's like porn available on the internet, right?
Yeah,
You don't have to
I'm-
watch half-assed Eurovision performances
All
to get your kicks.
No, I think it's remarkable that he managed to type all of that out with one hand. Rufio Felwicks 3 years ago, who just put, "Ooh, it's the sexy Adele."
Yeah. Oh. Thank God this has an explicit label on it already. I instinctively put it on. I don't even check what we've said sometimes. I just put it on knowing we'll need an explicit warning on this.
I was going to ask you about that. Oh my god! Now my favorite.
This is the comment of the week?
No. This is not comment of the week. Before we get to it, because I want you to just prattle this around your mind. When we were talking about misheard lyrics, Kay Fabian 4 years ago has
Kay Fabian.
mentioned that, you know, when he listened to this song, he actually misheard the lyrics.
Yeah.
And once I tell you what Kay's been listening to, I want you to go back and listen to this song.
Yeah.
It will completely change everything. It might actually affect our voting
Yeah.
score.
It might go through the roof.
Kay misheard this song for the words, "Since I blew." Since I blew, since I blew.
Oh, I don't think I like that.
I go back.
No.
Right, as soon as I leave, you go and you
does
re-listen
make
to that song.
that kid's comment earlier make a lot more sense.
Well, it makes the
Was it Jimmy?
makes the outfits
Yeah.
like a lot more
Maybe
sense.
maybe everyone else has been hearing it wrong. Maybe
Yeah.
it is Since I Blew.
Maybe it is. Yeah,
Oh.
we tried to clean it up, but
Before we ruin the airwaves, what is the comment of the
the
week?
comment of the week, and this is my comment of the week for so many levels and so many reasons. This is the greatest comment.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorite comments so far of anything. Charlie McTruth, 3 years ago. Charlie McTruth. It's a beautiful story. It's a personal story. Charlie writes, "I am blind, but I quite like the tune. However, my grandson keeps playing this song." Charlie, you need to cut your grandson off.
Oh,
From watching this performance.
unplug the router,
No.
Charlie.
And just, you know what? Do not do that while your granddad is in the room. I don't care if he's blind and he can't see you. You know what? Jesus can see you.
Yeah, Jesus.
Stop it. Don't do that.
Well, oh God, Alexander, please pray for us, please. Please, Alexander. Sorry, thank you.
Since I blew. Since I blew.
Thank you for tuning in for another week. Next week, I'm pretty sure it's Armenia. So this will be an interesting week.
Armenia?
Armenia. I can't think of anyone
Do
else. it
you
would be.
mean it?
Armenia. Yeah, that's not as good as Andorra. So tune in. Give us your thoughts. Let us know how you feel about our rankings. Tell us what your favorite is. Like Albania last week. Your favorite, the public favorite, might not line up with our favorites. So let us know. We'll be making posts throughout the week. We'll share all the songs. We'll put up a post where you can tell us your thoughts. Tune in. If you haven't listened, if you don't follow us on social media, please give us a follow. It's the best way to get in touch with us, engage with us, and we'd love to hear what you guys are thinking.
No, none of this, please. Do it. You listen to me, you do it.
And sign our petition.
Oh my God. Hashtag
Save
Save
Eurovision.
Eurovision 2020.
All right, on that note, we love you. See you next week from beautiful Yerevan, Armenia. Oh, God, that was a Russian accent.
Since I blue.
Bye.